What's up, my fellow humans? Fellow humans? What the hell? That comment makes no sense. Why would you say. You, watch. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now watch. Okay. That's why I said, hey, what's up, fellow humans? Because we were talking about what they call an AI, right? I just wanted to really quickly read you my comment because their prides of the art's not going to get enough light, or no one's not talking about it, and no one's made a point about it, and everyone's being tricked by this, and so I need to chime in. This is what I comment. This is what I wrote. Look at our programmed to look and act like a person computer. Because that's what it is. It's a computer that they programmed to trick you into thinking it's autonomously, or whatever the fuck the word is. It's trying to trick you into thinking it's doing what it's doing because it's just doing it. But in reality, it's just a code on a screen that they wrote and pushed play, and that's what you're watching. It's no different than a video recorder, okay? Are you buying it yet? Did we trick you into a regrettable purchase yet? That's basically what this is. Um, I forget the what is it called? I forget the name. Anyways, there's a company, and the company is known to sell stuff for fairly cheap, and then when you get the quality of it, it's like trash. Like they show you A and you get 7. You know what I'm saying? Like it's completely, it just makes no sense. How they're still in the game, I have no idea. I guess there's just a lot of fucking idiots that aren't brought up right, or ignorant people. Like me personally, I was very ignorant and naive of the world, right? And that's kind of what they do. Is they put you into a spot in the world, and they deny you of information and knowledge, and you think you're stuck, and you reach and you grasp nothing. Basically, that was me in my life. I reached, but every time I reached, the world like dodged my hand. But what I found out was somebody would pull it out of my reach, just by a little bit, right? Because they were aware of the fact that this existed, but they sucked and they couldn't get it. Like they knew how to walk up to a girl, but they were a fat piece of shit, and the girl was like, "Yeah, I don't want that." Right now, think of that emotionally or physically or whatever you want, and that's kind of how it was in reality with the things. Basically, like people are destined for certain things, and some people will get in your way to make sure A does not go into B because I said so. Right? I want it, and I don't deserve it, and because of that, I don't think I'd rather watch the world burn. Basically, that's kind of what I know and what I've dealt with. That's kind of what we're dealing with now in America. It's on a global scale. That's why I reach out so hard now. That's why I have so much opposition for it now. Before it was whatever. It was just me. I suffered along. I'm fucking a grown man now. I've suffered through it for all my life. Like I've always been passenger. I've always been like even in League of Legends. I want to just chill, right? I want to just hang out and have fun, right? But everyone's like, oh, I need to be the leader. I need to be the leader. So I need to shut you down. I need to ruin your game. I need to blah blah blah. They shut me down 20%. The point is that's going on now in the world. Okay. Before I thought it was just me, but it turns out it's a lot of fucking people, right? Like basically, it's like slavery, essentially. They would make you think all of this stuff, and I think compassion is why slavery ended. Was eventually the slaves were enlightened and shown like how the world should be, and I think that's the difference. Is Africa back in the day didn't have the same enlightenment that England had, and that was the mix. That's why so many diseases from England ravaged the shit out of Africa back then. But the point is that enlightenment is like education, basically. In essence, like right now, it's all about education. It's all about what you know, right? Before it wasn't what you know; it was who you knew, right? Because everyone knew everything. But nowadays, nobody knows anything. And so it's not who you know, it's what you know, because no one knows anything. And so they make sure you don't know anything. And they make sure to make everything out of your reach. And so your schools suck, everything sucks, everything's terrible, everything, so you just give up, and you're petty, and you're a loser, and you have nothing. And so the consequence of the world is a reflection of the world. People are that way because they're being guided into it. It's not their fault they're dumb. It's the world's fault for making them dumb, right? Now some people will take it and try to own it, basically, and that's what gets shut down. Or there's some people that are sellouts that are just completely sold out. And what will happen is the people in charge will go and fund that person, and that's what we call influencers, right? Or there's corporate sellouts and blah blah blah. It's people like the Boss, for example, or Nightblue, or Trick2G. Right? They try to pretend this is the way. Follow me, as they fly off a cliff and you fall to your death, and they glide off, and then they lead you on again. And they run off, and then they glide. And you're like, "What the hell? I didn't get a glider!" Crush, crush. Meanwhile, it's like, you never asked for one, or haha, sucker. Like, I don't know what his motives are, but that's what's going on. I'm teaching you wrong. I'm teaching you wrong. I'm teaching you wrong. And that's kind of what they do. And like, that's what African Russia used to do. And that's what's going on in America. They're teaching you wrong. But me, I was taught right. I was shown, like, because not because the world gave it to me, but because I went and found it. I would be ignorant too, right? But the thing was, when I grew up with my mom, the thing was she would break my wings so that I would depend on her my whole life. She wanted me dependent on her. She wanted that. And when I was younger, I was a mama's boy, 100%, right? But not because like I chose it and I was trying to be there, but because she enforced that. And that's what's going on now is they're kind of forcing you to be a mama's boy, right? Whereas my mom just did that, and some people would just fall for it. That's fine, that does happen. But she was enforcing it. That was the line. She tried to force me to be a mama's boy. That's what's going on now. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And so my point was, I tried to get away. I tried to go over here and do this. I tried to get out. Like I was an attractive kid. I was an alpha as fuck, and some of these bitches try to slow me down. All right, they wanted to play house. They wanted me to play as the husband. They wanted me to stay home from work today. You know, everything. We'd hump. Like, if friction caused fires, like all my clothes would have a fire in the crotch, right? Because of how much we used to fuck around. Like, I'm so fucking glad we know about sex and shit. Because I'd probably like have 30 kids right now. I would never be anything compared to what I am to today, right? Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you is instead of being that, you should try to be this. This is way better. This is way more. This gives the world so much more. And you will not fall for Trump and this stupid bullshit. You'll be smarter than all that bullshit, right? And the problem is now I'm out here instead of in there, and I'm looking around, and there's no one out here because they're all fucking idiots, they're all dumb, and that's what's going on. They know that, so then they go in, and that's child predators and molesters and abusers and blah blah blah. That's where they come from. Is because they see what's going on. They are on the outside looking in, so they go in and find some victim, and they make them a victim. Whereas me, I'm on the outside looking in, and I'm like, no, 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 no. I want you to go outside too, and so I'm trying to teach you and like show you the way. I'm trying to show you the way, right? To make you better, to make you like to be who you should be, and then be that person. To be responsible, to be an adult. I'm the official coach. I'm an official teacher of life. I'm trying to enforce that. I'm trying to break away like I used to back in the day by myself. The reason why I'm so awesome is because I broke away. I try to find answers. I try to find solutions, right? And my point is, I would reach and fuck. I would reach, fuck. I would reach, and as it turned out, I was reaching at like a 9, and everyone else is like a 2 or a 3 compared to how much I would reach, right? That was the influence. That's what, like I was. Anyways, you don't know. You don't know. You think, oh, you're sitting now, you're losing. No, you don't fucking know. I was number one in PSAS for a reason, right? I was number one in America, the best in America. Okay, I was in a guild that was like the fifth guild in the world to do something, right? I think it's MC or some shit. I don't remember. I think it's called MC, Molten Core. I think. Anyways, the point is, in America, I think it was in America. I don't remember, but we were a very top, high level guild, right? And the reason why is because we were best friends with the main tank, who was a fucking idiot, and who was my best friend, by the way. But he's a fucking idiot, sell out, fucking snake, cutthroat, fucking trying to do like me, daddy, and my cool daddy. Everyone noticed me, noticed me, noticed me, just starved for attention, right? Just like today. It's those kids that are making it today. It's notice me, senpai. That's what what's his name? That's why people don't watch him so much, but they still know who he is. I know who he is. Because I know who he is because you know who he is. And you always talked about him. I'm trying to remember his name. One. Ty- what the fuck was his name? What was the kid who played League of Legends and would go to the gym all the time and he had the number one in his name? Anderson or something. You guys know who he is. Tyler One. That's what it was. Tyler One. Right? That's what it was. Tyler One. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, anyways, you get sucked into that shit, and then what's it called? The show Friends and shit like that. Like you get caught in to that bullshit. But that's what it is. It's bullshit. Everyone wants to live that life, but it's bullshit. It's not real. It's pretend. It's fake. It's synthetic, and you think it's real, and you're buying it. And that's the world. We all suck because you suck. Stop sucking. You're falling for this stupid bullshit because you won't fucking grow up. You won't wake up. You won't step up. Realize you are the barrier. As you get older, you need to protect the kids. They don't know. You know now. You have no excuse not to know. You're an adult. You know now. You have wisdom about you, right? At the end of the day, you have wisdom. Step up, fight the good fight. Be the barrier, protect the kids. Let them do what they want. Let the kids do what they want for the most part, right? A lot of kids are going to get away with a lot of shit today, but that's because there's a lot of shit going on that our parents fucked up on and they let Trump in. And it's not completely their fault. It's America's fault for being too soft. The whole Wall-E thing is happening. The movie Wall-E, right? And how people were all fat floating around on chairs. That's America today. So whoever made that movie, they spotted it too, right? I was still young at the time, so I didn't connect the dots. But I'm older now. I could see it. I'm like, yep, 100%, 100, yep, bam, 100%. There it is. But anyways, that's all. That's all. Be all, be happy, be safe. I'm out. Godspeed. God bless. Take care. Be strong. Be loved. Love. Don't let the door hit you where the Lord splits you, and pass it on. Do something good today, and then tell them to do one good thing today, and then tell somebody else to do something good today, and just that's what you do every day, right? I have a policy personally. I have one policy that I will mention. I will, like, let's say I go into the bathroom, right? I try to leave the bathroom in a condition better than I found it. If I go into the kitchen, better than I found it. Like if I do my own dishes, I clean up. Like if there's if there's piss on the floor, and like it's in the way, I'll clean it up sometimes, right? Depending, but that's the point. That's the idea, the concept, right? Now take it and go. Take it and go. Take it and go. Russell Peters. Anyways, I'm out. Peace. Yeah, I already said my stuff, so peace.